From Arkansas's breaking news leader, Fox 16 News starts now.
A Heber Springs woman says burglars ransacked a home she was living in after she moved to another state. Good evening and thank you for joining us late tonight. I'm Stephanie Sharp. Fox 16's Rochelle Turner speaking with that woman tonight. And Rochelle, break this down for us. What happened?
Good evening, Stephanie. Samantha Donovan says she got a job in Kansas City unexpectedly weeks ago, and she made arrangements with her landlord to lock up her place in Heber Springs. Well, she came back over the weekend to move the rest of her stuff out, and someone had already gone through it, leaving behind a mess.
I've rented this budget truck to come get all my stuff, and I walked into a nightmare.
Big mistake. I should have just took it all when I could.
Samantha Donovan says she hit a major roadblock.
Yeah, this puts me way behind schedule because I planned on coming in here, getting this stuff done, but now I have a mess I have to clean up.
She says someone broke into the house she rents out on Timber Lane in Heber Springs and rummaged through her stuff.
And I was like, what in the world? And I look to the rest of the house. Looks like a tornado hit it.
So I had it so I could take to my new house. They put it together and left it right here.
Donovan says the thieves took her TV, went through her closet, and even destroyed her kids' bunk beds.
Somebody took a can of white spray paint and spray painted the whole front of it and left like everything, you know, it was awful.
But I tried to put some tape on it.
She says a scrapbook of photos from her childhood was also ripped to pieces.
I'm like kind of speechless, like I'm still in shock, like I can't believe this happened to me.
Donovan filed a report with the Heber Springs Police Department and says she can't believe someone would be so heartless.
I can't fathom it. I can't wrap my head around it. Like, I just want to say that I hope they needed it more than I did.
Now, I reached out to the Heber Springs Police Department, but they told me their office was closed on the weekend.
My goodness, in those pictures, it is just hard to imagine somebody would go in and just completely destroy her home while she was away. Does she have any idea who this might have been, who would have come into her house and even ripped up her scrapbook? Does she have any clue?
Oh my goodness. She believes someone in the neighborhood did it, but she doesn't know for sure. But I'm hoping to get some more information from police in the morning time to try to figure out if they have anybody or have any information.
My goodness. All right. Well, definitely keep us updated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Police in Union County need your help finding the person they believe is responsible for a double homicide. Just after midnight, police found 4 people shot at an address on White Quarters. 2 people died at the scene. The other 2 victims are in critical condition. This man right here, 23-year-old Jacavius Dijon James, is wanted for questioning. He is considered armed and dangerous. A reward of up to $1,000 is being offered for information that leads to an arrest. Mourners gathered at the synagogue in Pittsburgh that was the scene of a mass shooting on Saturday. They left flowers outside the building, sang songs, and held candles. 11 people were killed when a gunman stormed the Tree of Life Synagogue in the city's Squirrel Hill neighborhood. The victims ranged in age from 54 to 97. The suspected gunman, 46-year-old Robert Bowers, has been charged with 29 federal offenses. Bowers, who was shot but survived his injuries, is scheduled to make his first court appearance on Monday. Frustration in the Little Rock School District reaching a boiling point tonight with teachers and community members discussing a possible strike. Fox 16's Susan El-Khoury was outside of that meeting. And Susan, why did they not let you inside the meeting?
Well, Stephanie, the Little Rock Education Association put this meeting together, but they're staying pretty tight-lipped and wouldn't let any media in. Hundreds of people packed the First United Baptist Church to capacity, with dozens more left waiting outside. Several people who attended tell me this was meant to just gauge interest in how to handle mounting tensions in the district. The latest comes from teacher contract negotiations. Last week, the state education commissioner, Johnny Key, announced he wants to make it easier to fire teachers at schools deemed in distress. He claimed it can take up to 2 years to follow all the steps to terminate a teacher.
The district needs greater flexibility to address staffing changes in the struggling schools. I think it wouldn't be used as a chainsaw, it'd be more like a scalpel.
That was one sticking point at the meeting, but I'm told a big talking point tonight was overall frustration with state control, something that's been building since the state takeover 3 years ago. These are pictures we got from inside the meeting, and we're told options they discussed was what to do, move forward with contract negotiations. Another option was striking at some point this week. We're told the Education Association would talk to media after the meeting. They chose not to, instead saying they'll hold a press conference tomorrow morning at 7:30 outside King Elementary School. And of course, our cameras will be there. Back to you.
Thanks, Susan, and of course, keep us updated as well. In this week's Arkansas's Most Wanted, U.S. Marshals need your help finding a suspect. Philip Wilson is wanted for several drug and weapons charges. He's 5'6" and weighs about 135 pounds. He has brown hair and brown eyes. This is a photo of him right here. Wilson should be considered armed and dangerous. Authorities believe he may be in the Saline County or Garland County area. If you see him or know where he might be, you're asked to call that number right there on your screen. You can remain anonymous. Authorities in Johnson County need your help finding the suspect who shot 2 people last weekend. Officials there say the shooting happened during a party at a place called Meetin on 64. The man you see in the photo is considered a person of interest in that shooting. We're told he is not a suspect at this time. If you know who this person is or know where he might be, call the Johnson County Sheriff's Office. In a Fox 16 health alert, the Arkansas Department of Health will have a mass flu clinic this week. It will take place on Tuesday, October 30th from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. at the State Fairgrounds in Little Rock. You should bring your insurance card. And if you don't have insurance or your insurance does not cover flu shots, the vaccine will be free of charge. For more information on the different flu shots, head over to our website, fox16.com. Thunder over the rock at the Little Rock Air Force Base brought in more than just big planes this weekend. Like you see right there, it's big business for small towns near the air base in Jacksonville. Fox 16's Price McKeon talked to some of those stores that say business boomed.
Potatoes fry inside as planes fly outside Macon Station Sunday.
I make 9 sausage, egg, and cheese, 4 sausage cheese, and 4 sausage biscuits, and that's sold out of everything by 7:30.
Rebecca Kent says breakfast usually lasts at least until 10 a.m.
It kept us cooking.
She's talking about the weekend air show at the Little Rock Air Force Base called Thunder Over the Rock.
Oh, yes, that's awesome. I wish the show is every day.
That's because the owner says weekends are usually slower at his small town store.
Everybody knows everyone. I know everybody's kids.
But not this weekend.
Employees told me people were pulling off and parking in their parking lot, which means more business for them, so they could watch things like this behind me.
They say business soared just like the planes.
Like beginning of the show and especially the busy after the show, around like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Pretty busy.
The gas station that sits on a 2-lane highway between big towns welcomed the new customers.
I bring 60% more business, especially in a weekend.
Employees also welcome the big business in the small town.
That was Price McKeon reporting, and the air show wrapped up just before 5 this evening. I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to it next year. The small town of Gurdon, Arkansas in Clark County is perhaps best known for the Gurdon Light. It's a mysterious light that hovers over the train tracks there. But there's another story that unfolded on those train tracks that isn't quite as well known. It was sometime in the 1900s. A local man was credited for stopping a race riot and saving a black man's life who was set to be lynched near the railroad. It's a rare, unifying scene that some say sends a message that still can be applied today, 100 years later.
When he got to Gurdon, he got on one of the flatbeds and drove almost in between the two groups.
Literally dividing
them, and he held his hand up. He said, "Let's pray."
Join us Monday right here on Fox 16 News at 9 as we share the story of Marcus D. Lafayette Lowe. It's going to be a good one. You'll want to definitely check it out. Well, coming up after a day of warmer temps and sunshine, you may want to keep your umbrellas handy as we head into the new week. Kelly will have your forecast. That's after the break. And later, an Arkansas teen faced with a life-changing diagnosis. He was diagnosed with a rare form of leukemia. How the people in the community he's in are stepping up to help him in his time of need. Stay with us.
I'm Ashley King. If you're looking for a new job or career opportunity,